Greetings and welcome to Theology, Geek, Fitness. I'm Jonathan Pritchett, and in this video I'm going to talk about why I ditched my power tower. Now, I had gotten a power tower sometime earlier this year, I believe, or maybe it was late last year, but I got a power tower for 50 bucks that I scored off of Facebook Marketplace. Now, at the beginning of the pandemic in 2020 when the gyms closed, I was able to get a pull-up bar, but I couldn't find anything to do dips on for several months. So I used chairs or whatever I could find, because pull-up bar would be my number one piece of equipment for home. Something to do dips on would be my number two, and then something to do resistance training, which for me that's resistance bands, would be my number three. Now, a power tower seemed to be like the best of all possible worlds for me. You know, I had a pull-up bar, but the problem with my pull-up bar is I had to do it in a separate room that I do the rest of my home workouts in, because there's a bathroom that goes off from the room that I do my exercising in at home, but the ceiling, for some reason, is exponentially lower than it is in the room that I do my fitness stuff. So the pull-up bar wouldn't fit between the top of the door frame and the ceiling. So it's kind of a pain to have to go do that and then come back and get out the dip station that I was able to score 40 miles outside of town when I was watching nearly every day when places like Dick's or Academy Sports or whatever would get restocked in fitness gear. I was always on the lookout for a dip station. They got one in, I bought it and drove 40 minutes there to get it and 40 minutes back. For some reason, the Academy Sports here in Evansville didn't get one that whole time. Now they have plenty, but that's beside the point. But, you know, having your fitness gear in one room and then having to take your pull-up bar to go to a different room to do your pull-ups, I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean, you do what you got to do, but it wasn't ideal. So when I saw that power tower, I was like, yes! And by the way, that power tower that I got for $50, I think is regular brand new. It's like 150 bucks, but this was in good shape. It was a Weider, and so I was able to get that, and I liked it. It was in great condition. It does everything that it's supposed to do, but even though it's a freestanding pull-ups bar with thing to do dips and leg raises, and you can do knee raises, you know, I couldn't access the push-up handles, which is fine, that were on the back legs because of where I had to put it in my little fitness area. But to do rows and stuff, I had to get these N-Star grips, which are basically knockoffs of the Angles 90 grips, and hang them off the dip handles to do bodyweight rows and stuff. And I just found that it was less flexible than the dip station, which, of course, if you've seen previous videos, that dip station that I brought it up to my office, and it's usually sitting right there behind me, but now I have some parallel bars back there. But the dip station was just, between that and a pull-up bar, you could do a lot more with it. One of the things about having a home gym as opposed to going to a commercial gym is you want the things that you have to be able to do more things, right? You want your gear, you want to be able to get a lot of stuff out of your gear. And so while it was nice to have that all-in-one unit, freestanding or whatever, it just, I don't know, after using it and missing some of the things that I would do on my little dip station that I would come to do in the office, but I couldn't do at home, because I either work out at home or I do it here depending on my day and my time. You know, that's the great thing about the kind of training that I do, is that I can do it anywhere and whenever I have the time, like whether it's on my lunch break or if I get up early in the morning or whatever. But you want the gear that you have to do a lot of different things if possible. And the power tower was just limiting. So I ended up getting rid of that, and I got a bar that was one of those that you could drill it into the door frame and then tighten it in, or you had the option to not drill in and just tighten it between the door frames. And that worked okay until my son and his friends were tightening it too much and started cracking the door frame. and that didn't make me happy, didn't make my wife happy, so needed a new pull-up solution, even though I had gotten rid of the power tower, because when I got rid of the power tower, I bought the Lebert equalizer bars, the XL, and I got that off of eBay for around 80 bucks, which is about $40 off the new price. And I loved having the equalizer bars. But I had given away my Spry pull-up bar that I had gotten during, when the gyms closed down. And the other little pull-up bar that just kind of freestand, I'd stay away from those. They're not that great. Or at least the one that I had, wasn't that great. And it's so easy to damage your door frame with that. But I loved the equalizer bars, even enjoyed using those more than the Dip Station, which is, parallel bars, but it's one solid unit. The equalizer bars are two separate pieces. So I was really loving that, and I still needed a pull-up solution. So the pull-up solution I settled on was the J-Flex Crossgrips, because the grips on those Crossgrips was the only thing that I could find, barring a freestanding solution, that could fit between the ceiling and the door frame to that bathroom that's adjacent to my fitness room. So, but between the Crossgrips and the parallel bars, I've been happier than I've ever been. That's what I've settled on. I love the Crossgrips, plus they're portable. You can use them just about on any door frame anywhere, and they have a really tiny footprint. And I enjoyed the pull-up bar that I got that turned out to be a bust for using at the house, but works wonderful here at the office. And you've seen that in that pull-up bar in the Warrior Shed video. So, like I said, power tower, great. Had to get rid of it because it just didn't do enough. If it does enough for what your needs are, fantastic. And it was worth a shot because I actually made money. I sold it for $85, even though I bought it for $50. But it just didn't get everything out of it that I wanted, because I was able to do more on my Dip Station. But once I got the Lebert bars and got a pull-up solution that I was happy with the Crossgrips, this has been fantastic. And then the pull-up bar that didn't end up working at the house that I bought, that I use in the Warrior Shed video, works great here. And I ended up selling that Dip Station that I got on Facebook Marketplace because I saw a good deal on these ProsourceFit parallel bars, which is what I have back there, which you can barely see because they don't take up a lot of space back there. So I got those. Those are actually good. I got those real inexpensive, especially compared to Lebert. Those were like $49 and some change, and then shipped free through Prime. So it was under 50 bucks for these because I got them on sale, but they go on sale all the time. They're somewhere between 48 bucks and 70 bucks, but they change prices almost every 2 weeks on Amazon. So I highly recommend those. I'll do another video showing the difference between those and the Lebert, but just to give you a heads up, they're as stable as the Lebert are, in my opinion. They're adjustable, whereas the Lebert aren't. They're less expensive, and the grip's thicker. Now, that's a preference thing on the grip. Yeah, for some people, their grip strength is easier with the smaller width of the bars. To me, I don't really care enough, about that kind of thing. And it's nice to have, because I just really love using bars that are separate. But you can connect those bars with a connector piece for the ProsourceFit. That's another thing that it has that the Lebert XL bars don't have. But I don't ever use it because the thing is, when you have a power tower, it's not as versatile as a pull-up bar and a dip station. But a pull-up bar and a dip station is not as versatile as having two separate parallel bars and a pull-up bar. And so that's where I ended up. So that's why I got rid of my power tower, and it's ultimately why I got rid of my dip station that served me well during the lockdown and served me well here at the office as well. But I just became a fan of having separate bars. Between the ProsourceFit and the Lebert, I still like the Lebert better. I think that they're a better quality product. But these ProsourceFit ones aren't bad. I mean, they're pretty good, and they have some features that the Lebert doesn't have. You know, it's not adjustable. You can't connect the Lebert like you can with these. If you prefer a thicker bar to grip on, these have that. But I don't know. It seems like the quality's a little bit better, if not maybe even a little bit more than just a little bit on the Lebert. But if that's all I had and I'd never bought the Lebert and got a good deal on it, I'd be perfectly happy. So for me, not saying for anyone else, but for me, I have found that having a separate pull-up bar and parallel bars does exponentially more exercises, and you can do more with it than you can with just a power tower. And with the parallel bars, you can do exponentially more than you can with a fixed dip station like I had. So there you go. If you're looking to get the most out of your pull-ups and dips plus tons of other exercises, and the parallel bars, surprisingly, you can do a lot more leg exercises than I thought you would be able to. You can pretty much do a lot with the separate parallel bars, what you can do on a suspension trainer as far as legs go. So that's a major plus, because with that fixed station, dip station, you know, holding to the side while you do pistol squats, that's about as far as it goes, right? Unless you can kick your leg way up there to do like split squats or something. It's just the difference is exponential between the three things. I mean, like way over here, least amount of work can be done, especially total body with a power tower, whereas somewhere in the middle, a pull-up bar and a fixed dip station. But over here, pull-up bar and 2 parallel bars, total body workout, no problem. Comparable to, you know, using a suspension trainer from like Trax or something, except you can do more with it because he's doing pull-ups and dips on like a TRX or other kind of suspension trainer. Not the best thing. Now I love suspension trainers, so I'm not knocking that. And I use that in my training along with bands and some Bosu hydro balls and the Surge 60 and weight vests and resistance band, all kinds. I use all kinds of stuff. I have all kinds of videos going to come out covering all of those different types of things. I'm not a minimalist. You know, I like to use different things to mix things up, keep it interesting for me. But if you want to get the most out of your equipment, then having a separate pull-up bar and parallel bars is by far the superior option, in my opinion, than having a power tower. So there you go. I hope you found this helpful. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so if you like this video and other content like it. If you like the video, click the like button. And if you feel so inclined, consider supporting us on patreon.com/theologygeekfitness. Become a patron. You can see full workout videos, get routines and bonus content like that. For those who become patrons, I appreciate it. All that money is going to get dumped back into the channel so that I can continue to increase the production quality. I can get gear to review for you guys, things like that. So there you go. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. And we'll see you next time in the next video. God bless.